This video is about something you might never expect: how problems with your vision, like blurry eyesight or poor depth perception, can quietly affect your memory. Most people think vision is just about the eyes. If you can see well enough to drive or read a book, you're fine, right? But here's the twist: research shows that even mild vision problems can strain your brain and may actually speed up cognitive decline. In fact, several major studies now link poor vision to increased risk of dementia and memory loss, independent of age or other health issues. So in this video, we'll unpack why that connection exists. We'll explain how vision impacts your brain, how to recognize subtle warning signs, and, most importantly, what you can do now to protect both your eyesight and your mind. Let's begin. Most people don't realize this, but about half of your brain is involved in visual processing. When you look at something, your grandchild's smile, the words on a page, even the shape of a doorknob, your brain is doing most of the work. The eyes are simply the messenger. They send signals to the brain, which interprets shapes, colors, motion, and meaning. But when vision becomes impaired, whether from cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or even just age-related blurriness, the brain has to work harder to interpret what it sees. This extra effort is called cognitive load. It's like asking your brain to do a puzzle with missing pieces all day long. And over time, that added strain may come at a cost. Imagine walking through your home, but the lighting is dim. You squint, you slow down, you think harder about where everything is. Now imagine doing that every day, for years. That's what uncorrected vision problems do to the brain. Studies show that people with vision loss often experience reduced activity in key memory regions of the brain, including the hippocampus, the same area deeply affected in Alzheimer's disease. One long-term study published in JAMA Neurology followed over 2,500 older adults and found that those with visual impairment had a 1.5 to 2 times higher risk of developing dementia. Not because their eyes were causing memory loss directly, but because the brain was being overworked, understimulated, or both. Over time, this can shrink brain tissue and weaken neural networks tied to memory and attention. Here's another piece of the puzzle: spatial awareness. As we age, depth perception can decline, even before we notice vision changes. We may misjudge a step, feel a little uneasy on stairs, hesitate before crossing the street. These small hesitations aren't just physical, they're cognitive. They require the brain to stop, calculate, and process uncertainty. When this happens often, it limits movement, lowers confidence, and reduces stimulation. Less movement means less blood flow to the brain. Less stimulation means fewer mental challenges. And the result? Gradual cognitive dulling. You may not call it memory loss, but you might feel slower, more tired, or easily confused in new places. And all of it could trace back, at least in part, to your eyes. Another consequence that's often overlooked is how vision problems can isolate us. If reading becomes difficult, we may stop reading. If we can't see faces clearly, we may avoid conversation. If we struggle to drive safely, we may go out less. This reduction in social engagement is a well-documented risk factor for dementia. The brain thrives on connection. Without it, certain regions, especially those tied to language, memory, and emotional regulation, begin to weaken. So when vision issues cause us to withdraw, they quietly set the stage for faster decline. It's not just about what we can't see, it's about what we stop doing because of it. Let's look at some of the most common visual conditions that can influence cognitive function. Cataracts. These cloud the lens of the eye, leading to blurry vision and poor contrast. They're common with age, but often go untreated for years. Age-related macular degeneration, AMD, is a leading cause of central vision loss. AMD makes it hard to read, recognize faces, or drive. Glaucoma is a condition that damages the optic nerve and can quietly narrow vision, sometimes without noticeable symptoms. Diabetic retinopathy, caused by high blood sugar damaging the retina, affects focus, depth perception, and light sensitivity. Presbyopia is the age-related inability to focus on nearby objects, and it's often undercorrected or ignored. None of these guarantee memory issues, but when left unaddressed, they add up, especially if they limit activity, reduce confidence, or increase mental strain. The good news? Most vision problems are treatable, and when your eyes are supported, your brain gets a break. One of the most hopeful findings in recent research is this: when vision is restored, even partially, brain health often improves too. In one study published in Ophthalmology, older adults who had cataract surgery not only regained clearer vision, they also experienced slower rates of cognitive decline over time. Another study from the University of Washington found that treating visual impairment significantly reduced dementia risk by as much as 1/4. Why? Because the brain no longer has to overcompensate, because people move more, engage more, and feel more confident. It's a powerful reminder. Sometimes protecting your memory starts with something as simple as getting your eyes checked. Many vision problems come on gradually. So here are a few subtle clues that your eyes and brain may be working too hard. You feel more mentally drained after reading or watching TV. You avoid driving at night or in unfamiliar areas. You find it harder to recognize faces, even in good lighting. You hesitate on stairs or curbs, unsure of their depth. You've become more socially withdrawn, even if your mood hasn't changed. These signs may not point directly to memory loss, but they do suggest a hidden strain, and catching it early can help you act before it impacts cognition further. If this topic feels uncomfortably close to home, here are some gentle, actionable steps to consider. First, get regular eye exams, especially after age 50. Second, use the right glasses or contacts. Even a small change in prescription can reduce mental strain. Don't settle for outdated lenses. Third, improve lighting in your home. Bright, glare-free lighting supports both vision and mood. It also helps prevent falls. Fourth, stay physically active. Exercise increases blood flow to both the eyes and the brain. It also improves balance and confidence in movement. Fifth, keep your brain stimulated. Reading, puzzles, conversation, learning something new. These all challenge the brain and help maintain cognitive reserves, even with vision limitations. Sixth, don't ignore your mental energy. If tasks feel more tiring than they used to, it could be your brain working harder to compensate for what your eyes no longer do as easily. Listening to that fatigue is a form of wisdom, not weakness. If you're caring for a partner or parent who's showing signs of memory trouble, don't overlook their eyesight. Sometimes what looks like confusion is actually poor depth perception. What seems like forgetfulness may be mental overload from trying to read blurry words. And what appears to be withdrawal could be fear of embarrassment from not seeing faces clearly. Vision affects how we navigate the world and how we feel in it. Being gentle, observant, and proactive can make a tremendous difference. Your vision is more than just eyesight. It's a major part of how your brain functions day to day. And the link between vision problems and memory loss is real, well documented, and most importantly, treatable. If your mind feels foggy, your memory not quite as sharp, or your confidence slipping, it may not be your brain failing you. It could be your eyes asking for help, and giving them that help might just protect your most precious asset, your independence. Thank you for watching Silver Memory. Take care of your eyes and take care of your mind.